In this video, we'll learn how to add fractions. Let's say we had a over b plus c over d, where b and d are the same. This means they have a common denominator. If the denominators are the same, we can just add the numerators, so a plus c, and put b on the bottom. Okay. And don't forget to simplify afterwards. Let's try an example. Let's say we had 1 over 2 plus 3 over 2. Since the denominators are the same, 2 and 2, we can add the numerators. 1 plus 3 over 2. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Let's say we had 3 over 8 plus 4 over 8. The denominators are the same, 8 and 8. So we just add the numerators. 3 plus 4 is 7. And we put 8 on the bottom. That can't be simplified, so that is our final answer. But what if we had a over b plus c over d, where b and d are not the same? This means that they don't share a common denominator. And to do that, we need to modify the two fractions so that they do share a common denominator. And to do that, we need to find the lowest common multiple, or LCM, of b and d. I'll explain this through an example. So let's say we had half plus 3/4. The lowest common multiple, so we need to find the lowest common multiple of 2 and 4. Okay. And to do that, we write 2 and 4, and we list out the multiples of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, and 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. And now we go through the list, and we find the smallest common number in both 2 and 4. So we go through and we find 4 as common, and it's the smallest number. So 4 is our lowest common multiple. Now what we have to do is write 4 in the denominator and 4 in the denominator for the other fraction. Put a plus symbol, and we need to figure out what the numerators are. Now this was our original fraction. So we need to look at what number we multiplied to the denominator to get our new denominator. In this case, 2 times 2 is 4, so we times 2, right? That's why we need to times 2 to the numerator. Therefore, the new numerator is 2. Okay. Now we look at the second fraction. We times 1 to that. We didn't change it, so the 3 doesn't change. That's 3. Now our final step is to add the numerators together. So 2 plus 3 is 5, and put 4 as your denominator. If you want to simplify that to a mixed fraction, you can. It's 1 and 1/4. Okay. Let's try another example. Let's say we have 2 over 5 plus 3 over 7. The lowest common multiple of 5 and 7. That's what we have to find. LCM of 5 and 7. Now we put 5, 7, and we write the multiples of 5 and 7 down. It'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and so on. 7 would be 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35, so on. You can see how the smallest common number to both lists is 35 and 35. So we change the fraction so it has a denominator of 35. Now we times 7 to 5 to get 35, so we times 7 to 2, so that will be 14. We times 5 to 7 to get 35, so we need to times 5 to 3, so that's 15. We add them. 14 plus 15 is 29, and the denominator is 35. Can we simplify that? No, we can't. So that is our final answer. Okay. Now, let's try a harder example. We'll add 3 fractions this time with different denominators. So we had half plus 3 over 5 plus 2 over 7. Now we can do this a couple of ways. We can deal with 2 at a time, so we can find the result of half plus 3 over 5. We'll get that, question mark. Then we can add 2 over 7 to that. Or we can add 3 of them all at once. I'll do it both ways. Let's add half plus 3 over 5 first. The lowest common multiple of 2, 5, 8, 10, 5 would be 5 and 10. The lowest common multiple is 10. Okay, so write 10 as the denominator. We times 5 to 2 to get 10, so we need to times 5 to 1. 1 times 5 is 5, that will be 5 over 10. We need times 2 to 5, so we need to times 2 to 3. So 3 times 2 is 6. We add them, that will be 11 over 10. Now that 11 over 10 will replace these two, so that is equal to 11 over 10. So now what we have to do is do 11 over 10 plus 2 over 7. Now we need to find the lowest common multiple of 7 and 10. I know that it's 70, so let's use that, 70. So we give a denominator of 70. We times 7 to 10 to go from, we times 7 to 10 to get 70. So we need to times 7 to 11, gets 77. We times 10 to 7 to get 70. So we need to times 10 to 2, so that's 20. We add the numerators, 90, 97, 99. 97 over 70, convert that to a mixed fraction, it would be 1, 27 over 70. Now we can't simplify. Okay, so we can either do it this way. Now I'll show you how to add 3 of them at the same time. Okay, it was half plus 3 over 5 plus, what was it? Oh, I don't remember. Okay, 2 over 7. Let's use 2 over 7. Okay. So now when we're trying to add 3 fractions with different denominators and try to do it at the same time, we can just find the lowest common multiple of 2, 5, and 7. So all 3 at the same time. So let's write 2, 5, and 7. Write the multiples of 2, 5, and 7. It would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This will take forever, so I'll just tell you the answer. ... 70. That will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, ... 70. That will also be 7, 14, 21, 28, ... 70. So 70 is our lowest common multiple. Okay. Now we write the new fraction down. 70, 70, 70, denominator, add. So now we do the math. 2, we times 35 to 2, because 2 times 35 is 70, so we times 35 to 1, will be 35. We times 14 to go from 5 to 70, so we times 14 to 3, that will be 42. Then we times 10 to 7 to go from 70 to 70, so we times 10 to 2, and we get 20. We add them, so 35 plus 42 is 77, plus 20 is 97, and the denominator stays the same, so our final fraction is 1 and 27 over 70. So that would be one of the harder questions in your exam.